Yep,
Mike, you
sounds
ready
good.
to get started here?
Sounds about right.
All right, awesome. I've had a very few instances in my career here with Grimco where I've had such awesome opportunity to make announcements like this. And the big announcement today is that Grimco is now a distributor of Roland products nationwide. We are arguably the largest nationwide distributor of Roland products, and that's pretty incredible. I would put this maybe second only to the time when we purchased the manufacturer of the Max Metal. I got to make that announcement live on camera that we were the manufacturer of Max Metal. Roland's a big deal, though.
Sure.
Super excited to have it. So I got joined here today by Mike Renna with Roland. Mike, take a minute and describe yourself. What do you do with Roland?
I'm Mike Renna. I'm the strategic sales manager for Roland DGA. We'll be working closely with Grimco and some other accounts throughout the U.S. But we're very excited to have Grimco as a partner of Roland DGA's. We've been kind of working on this for a while. So very excited. This is a great opportunity for both of us to grow, both companies to grow together.
Yeah. And ultimately help our customers grow too.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the most exciting
part.
That's
the most important part.
I exist to help our customers grow. Grimco exists to help our customers grow. They're growing their business. Our business is growing too. And that's ultimately what we're looking for here. This partnership with Roland is really going to take it to the next level and really let us hit a wider customer base nationwide and really give them excellent service.
Yes.
Yeah, so today we're going to walk through some of the technology, the offerings from Roland, and talk about some of the features, benefits of their print technology. But at the same time, too, we have our support manager on the call. He's going to talk about what Grimco can do for support and why you would want to buy the product from Grimco versus another reseller out there. But then we also have a couple sales reps on the call, too. So any questions you have, please drop them in that Q&A. We'll get those questions either answered through chat or we'll answer them live here on camera. So let's jump into the product we have here.
Yeah. So definitely what we're showcasing here today is our XG-640, our print cut version, and our XP-640, our print cut version of our new TrueVIS line that we launched this year.
Okay, so I'll slow you down. We
have
the XG and the XP.
Yes, sir.
10,000 foot view. What's the difference between these two machines?
So the XG-640 is a print cut device. It uses our new TR3 ink. The expanded color gamut allows you to have the options of a CMYK, light cyan, light magenta, and black. And the other option is you got the ability to print white as well.
Gotcha.
So you can ink it up differently, or if production and speed is your thing.
Okay, so a couple different ink configurations I can run with the machine, but the big headline is a print and cut all in one machine.
All in one device.
I can run a graphic, have it cut. I can run a graphic, take it off, and run it through my laminator. I have my Ally Armor laminators behind me there. Laminate it, put it back inside my machine, and use that same machine for cutting.
Yes, and for Roland, this is a big deal to us, right? We've had print cut machines. We've manufactured those for many years. This is actually truly our fastest print cut device we've ever come out with yet so far. So we're all excited about this too. This is a great product. We're very excited about this.
Yeah, the thing prints ridiculously fast.
Yes, sir.
But at the same time, you can leave it on the machine and have it cut your graphic that is printed. So I was doing those fleet here, step back, Mike, so folks can see it. I was doing fleet graphics, what were representative of what you would put on the side of a tow truck or some sort of commercial wrap vehicle. I can print it, run it through my laminator, put it back on the same machine, do the cutting. So the biggest benefit in that type of device to a customer is they have one thing that one machine that they're working with.
I actually consider this the Swiss Army knife of the industry, right? It allows you the print cut capabilities. So not only can I just do print cut, I could do decals, I could do stickers. Like there's a lot of other applications, but at the same time, I could also use this device for printing wraps, right? Because it has the same production speed as a lot of other printers out there. And close to similarities to the XP-640, but it just gives you that ability for not just, wraps. I could do print cut, I could do decals. I can pretty much handle every application out there. And quite honestly, that's why I consider that the Swiss Army knife of the industry. Everything you need.
Capable of doing banners. We're talking wraps and stickers and decals. We're talking self-adhesive vinyl, but it can print banner. It can print backlit films. Your nice banner stands, like I have my nice Grimco.com banner stand sitting right here. It's a polyethylene film, that doesn't curl on the edges. You can print in that type of material. So the media versatility, solvent ink is endless. That ability, though, to then print cut. We talked about fleet graphics. I'm doing a kiss cut with a fleet graphic. I'm going to keep it pre-spaced, apply some masking tape or some pre-mask tape, and then stick it on the side of a vehicle. But you can do pop-out, contour cut, decal shapes, do a kiss cut or a through cut process.
What we call our perf cut contour, yes, you can do that as well.
Why do they call it perf cut?
Because you're actually not cutting through the material where the adhesive material would drop through. You're actually doing a perf cut around it to keep it on the material. So when you're ready and done to go ahead and give it to finish project to the customer, you just pop them all out
Because
and
it
hand it
keeps
to
the
them.
material forward when
Yep.
it moves back.
It keeps them
Hey,
in.
Mike,
material.
I knew the answer,
I
but
know.
we have some of our sales reps
Yeah.
up here, so I wanted to make sure I cleared.
I think you had to see if I knew the
clarified
answer.
for them. No, I got it. No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and that's a great thing to have a one printer all in one. But you don't need to just use auto cutter. If I have a large job, if I'm doing 100 stickers, 200
Mhm.
stickers, sure, I'll do my print and cut all in one machine, nice, easy software workflow. But say I have an additional cutter in my facility, I have a Graph Tech, or I have a similar roll-to-roll cutter, I can still use that machine to do those larger. So when I have a 1,000 sticker order, or a whole 10 rolls of film that need to be kiss cut through cut, I want to keep my printer printing and use an offline device for doing the cutting. So
well, that's the great thing about that product. It's ability to do both, right? You talk to customers who, I don't really cut as much. I want to do more printing. I want that printer to focus more on printing. You have that option to work both ways, where I can use this as a print cut device, or if I want to use a printer, I can go ahead and leave it on the printer, put on a cut device while I load this more up for other printing applications.
Yes. And like how we led the start of this presentation, this is about growing your business. So this is a machine that, if you're just starting out, you need all those solutions in a tight package, tight budget as well too. Get going with this, and then when you grow into it, hey, then I have a standalone cutter that does all the cutting process, or my volume is now exceeded. I can't print and cut with one machine. I'm printing with this dedicated machine and cutting with a different machine. So
yes, definitely.
and that kind of leads us to the XP.
Yes.
So the XP is a print only device. Same ink configuration. I have mine loaded up, both machines loaded up with a similar ink configuration, different ink type. Right?
Well, it's a little bit different of ink configuration as well. Currently, right now in the XG-640, we don't have the ability to print red. Red's not an option available. On our XP640, one of the great benefits of our new TH ink for this machine is the option of the extra orange, red, and green, which gives you the most expanded color gamut out there, right? And, not only was that our fastest print cut device we ever made, this is our biggest as far as color output. This is our largest color gamut printer we've ever made in our history as well.
That red ink channel in here, having it dedicated. And it's not a spot red. It's not like, hey, when I'm printing a beautiful red flower, it's only using red ink. It mixes, it's a Contone printer. It's mixing all the crayons you got in the box, mixing it to create that color thing out there. But having that red definitely kicks that up.
Yeah, and Neil, and one of the big benefits of having the options to print with the orange, red, and the green is not only expanding your color gamut, but there's a lot of colors out there that you couldn't hit in the past, right? The more fluorescent colors, a lot of the motorcycle graphics,
neon, KTM orange.
Exactly. You can now do that with these colors on there.
Yeah, having an orange and a red crayon gets you 21C, that Pantone 21C, that bright orange. Having those crayons in the box, you can color that color you're trying to hit. But you can also dual CMYK. So I can have it converted over dual CMYK. So as a graphic shop, if I went dual CMYK versus extended color gamut, all of my eight colors in there, what does dual CMYK get me?
So dual CMYK will actually get you the speed. You're going from a standard print speed on the full 7/8 color with about 252 square feet per hour.
Okay.
However, for a standard print speed on dual CMYK, you're looking a little bit over 500 square feet per hour.
Okay.
I mean, the machine has capabilities up under 819 square feet per hour, but that's good from far for banner, right? Yeah. But for a straight production speed at dual CMYK, about 500 square feet per hour.
Okay. Yeah. And a lot of times when I have conversations with customers that color is really important to me, the question I follow up with is, so are your customers asking for Pantones? Are you printing for Starbucks? Are you printing for Home Depot? Those nationally recognized Pantone colors, or do you just get really picky customers? And they, ultimately, if you never want to mess with color, you go with extended color gamut.
You're correct.
If your customer picks up the work and it's beautiful, they never say boo about color. They just red is red, blue is blue. They're happy. The dual CMYK works really well.
Absolutely.
And just to make note of it too, I mean, we're talking a solvent ink technology between these machines. Solvent has a rich color gamut.
Yes.
Just as its base.
The beauty about EcoSolvent, we've been around this for years, is just not so much the extended colors, but the actual glossiness of that print, right? That's kind of where you see, products like this just stand alone on its own out there. Just we have trade shows we go to all the time. People walk by and the first thing they see is they're just amazed by the color, right? And that's one of the biggest showstoppers that I love to see every single time I'm at a trade show.
Yeah, the pop of the color you get with solvent. And this isn't it's an EcoSolvent chemistry.
Yes.
This isn't the solvent ink of yesteryear.
No.
We would be wearing ventilators and worry about things.
The harmful VOCs are gone. That's all out.
They don't require external ventilation.
No, not at all.
Your what's the turn time? We had talked about using the Ally laminator for doing long-term outdoor graphics. The best way to protect them is put good film lamination. What's the recommended off-gassing time? If I'm going to print this, laminate it, how long do I need to wait?
The recommending outgassing time for what we say at Roland says, we say about 6 hours.
6 hours. Okay.
Now, we've had other companies out there test our ink with their lamination, and they've been able to do it a little bit less time. Right. But whereas us as a manufacturer, we're going to stick to 6 hours.
Okay. Yeah. Good safe bet. I mean, the evolution of those solvent inks back in the day, you used to have
24 hours,
2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
You know, really saturated, rich saturation print. You had to wait a long time. And you didn't want to be standing in the room while it was printing either.
Remember unraveling them and holding it in the floor, putting a fan in there so it comes down,
sticking to the back of paper. Yeah.
I remember that.
It's come a long way. So before we get off the ink topic or the ink subject, I wanted to point out one other difference. White ink. That's a question that comes up pretty frequently.
Sure.
Do we have the option of white with either one of these?
So with the XG-640, you do have the option of white.
Okay.
The ink, you have the option of white. So if you're printing a lot of clear graphics or a lot of window graphics where you need the white, or some backlit applications as well, you have that ability to print the white and have the opacity block out the CMYK.
Over flood, under flood, white at first. What's your opinion of the white? How does it stand up overall?
So overall,
be honest with us.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. White ink, it's a patience thing, right? It takes a little bit longer to print. You're going to have to print out the white. You're going to have to let that have a dry time. Then you have to bring it back, print CMYK on top of that
to get saturation.
The opacity. Usually, when some of the customer says, "Hey, I want to print 30 or 40% white. I want to print on a clear material," I'm going to recommend a UV printer or something like that.
Yeah, UV.
Because the opacity is there on white, especially the roll-to-roll UV printers, our LG series. It's fantastic. Right. Has a fantastic white point, and the opacity is just there.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, people that don't know in the industry or haven't no other technology in the printer. I mean, that's God's honest truth right there. It's if you're doing it occasionally, it's an okay thing for it. But if it's something that's a mainstay of your business, it's all about meeting expectations of what you're trying to do with your graphic. So if you're doing a lot of window decals and rich opaque white, solvent may not be the great solution for it. So
and just back on the white ink thing, there's a lot of people that do ask that question: is I really want to print white? And then when you ask them, okay, what are your applications and how much white do you print? And they're like, well, I only do a couple window graphics or stickers here and there. It's maybe 5-10% of my business. Not worth it. Not worth it. Outsource it. Yeah. Until it's 30 or 40% of your business, then move on to a UV or something like that as well.
Something that has that purpose-built ink that works with the opacity. So that sounds great.
Hey, Neil.
Go ahead.
Neil and Mike.
Yeah.
We have a question I thought would be neat. Tommy and I both thought would be good answered live.
Okay. Away, Julie.
We have an attendee that wants to know how many print heads are in each printer, and if they're Ricoh Gen 5.
There are 2 staggered print heads in each printer, and they are not Ricoh Gen 5s.
Thank you.
Hope that answers the question.
I think so.
There we go.
I think, and one more thing I want to hint when we talk about the difference of the ink sets. One of the benefits of the TH ink is the low running costs, right? And where the XP640 really fits for is that customer that just wants to do a bunch of vehicle wraps, wants to spit a bunch of banners, posters. It's going to maximize their production with the low running ink costs on this printer.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yes.
While we're on that subject, I don't mind if I share my screen real quick. I want to show you guys something, because the question is, great, low running costs. Your inks are inexpensive, but where do you get those inks from? And if we head over to Grimco.com, that's where we can find those inks. I went ahead and created, this is one, for those of you who haven't visited Grimco.com, go there today, create an account for you. You seasoned veterans of Grimco.com, I want to show you a cool feature you may not know about. It's one of the favorite things of my website. That's such a cheesy line, but I got to say it. The My Favorites tab lets you bookmark your frequently ordered items. So I have every printer in the demo center that I have here, and I list what the inks are. So here's my Roland XP inks. So we talk about the low running costs. It comes down to your cost per milliliter. And so you can go to Grimco.com, click, create your My Favorites list, and then quickly get back there and order your inks. Let's look again. Right when I show something live on camera.
And how it works.
So the computer freezes on me. Oh, it's probably because we're doing a video call. My internet's sucking up all that internet power. But the My Favorites list is a quick way to find the products you need and get back in there. I want to go back and share another thing on Grimco.com, but first I want to bring on another Grimco person that you guys are going to want to know and meet. Part of this Grimco Roland relationship is this gentleman right here, Sean. Big exciting news here. Grimco is going to be servicing any Roland products that you buy from us. And Sean, how you doing today? You want to try the high five thing? We got this? We go this way,
Yep.
right?
We're going this way. Yeah.
We should have
There you go.
practiced that. We should practice that more in rehearsal. So,
Doing great.
Sean, who are you? What do you do for Grimco?
Hey, thanks for having me on today. I am the service manager for Grimco. So one of the exciting things that happened recently at the beginning of the year was Grimco acquired Graphic Solutions Group. So some of you may know us from the middle of the United States. We were a Roland distributor for years. And the really exciting news is that not only did we acquired the company came over, but the service techs from Graphic Solutions came over. So you've got the ability now, if you know, in the areas that we were already covering and servicing, we're going to continue to service them. We're expanding out. We've got close to 40 techs throughout the United States to be certified to work on printers that we're selling. If you were buying it, if you had a warranty through Graphic Solutions, that carries back over to Grimco. If you had a preventive maintenance plan, anything like that that we were doing, that all carries over 100% seamless for you. So you can reach out on the website, and in 24/7, send us a request. We'll get on it. We'll get you scheduled, communicate, make sure we get on site with, knowledgeable techs, carry parts with them, make sure we get you taken care of as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Sean, everybody always loves to put a face to the guy who does all the work. Sean is the guy that makes the magic happen in the back end. So
Sure does.
sure does. When people have questions, problems, we understand. Your printer's not running, you're not making money in your business. It is probably more important to us than it is to you to get you back in business. And Sean's the one that juggles it all behind the scenes and makes it all happen. Sean, how long have you been in the industry?
I started back in 1991. I started right there out of kindergarten. I'm
91. That was only like 10 years ago, right?
Right.
91.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Like that long
Exactly.
ago.
So I've been around since before there were solvent printers.
Yeah. Right. It's hard to imagine. It was not that long ago.
No.
Yeah. This is, and that has me excited every year, every time I hear any kind of industry news. The stuff we're working with today is not the same stuff we worked with 5 years ago.
No, it's
not gonna
completely
it's not going to be the same stuff we worked with
changing
5 years
year,
ago.
year by year. Absolutely.
Cool. I look around my gorgeous demo center here in Chicago, and when we moved into this facility 5+ years ago, none of the stuff I have here today was
Sure.
there. It's exciting. Our industry is booming, changing. It's alive and doing amazing stuff. So
Hey guys,
so
a service question just came in. Maybe Sean can address this one. It's from Glenn Abrams. Will you be servicing existing equipment not purchased through Grimco?
If you are in an area today where we were servicing you before with Roland equipment, we will certainly continue to do that. So if you bought it through Graphic Solutions, we will. We would certainly talk to anybody on a one-on-one basis. If you would reach out on the website, we can address that and make sure that we're suited to take care of you that. But if you're in the area where we're servicing you today and you bought from Graphic Solutions on a Roland printer, we will definitely take care of you.
awesome. Hey, I want to share something else, Sean. Thanks so much for that. The big reason I wanted to bump to you after showing the website was the power, the scale, the depth that Grimco brings to the equipment support side of things. And this is answering that question of why buy from Grimco. We're nationwide, we're large, we take it extraordinarily serious that you're up and running. I want to show you guys as customers some of the resources available to you from our website to get technical support. So you want to get a hold of Sean or one of his people, you click from the link here, equipment and equipment technical support. There's also another link further down our website. This gives you instant access to a Grimco technician through a live chat. Hey, such and such error code, or, I need this, or why is the machine saying that thing? Quick live chat option. We have a second option here where you can submit a request. The live chat and this submitting request go to the exact same technicians. The cool part about submitting a request is you can upload a picture. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Give us more detailed exactly what equipment, serial number. But if you could drop a photo of, hey, I'm getting these weird lines or something's happening here. Our technicians have seen it all. And just seeing that photo, it can really kind of get them closer to a possible solution for you and get you back in business. So that's what Sean and his team work on right there. The other part of it, the multi-tiered part of it back on this page, is called the Equipment Support Hub. And this Equipment Support Hub is meant to be a self-help DIY. It's a filtering of articles, videos broken down per manufacturer and then per model as well of the common questions that customers are looking for. Here's all your user guides. Here's your setup guides. as you know, a product develops here with the Grimco portfolio, we add tons of videos in there based on what our technicians are talking to customers about on a daily basis. Not that we're trying to have an impersonal touch to it. Oh yeah, just find it yourself on the website. But it just helps our technicians be a lot more efficient in their conversations. They hear you out. Okay, this problem, I think I know what it is. Take a look at this video. Let me know if it helps. Then we get back. So it's a way of continuing that conversation and really getting customers the resources they need as quickly and as efficiently as possible. You can get back to business. We can get back to business. Everybody's happy and we're making money. So really cool. So definitely spend some time. And one of the things I'm really proud of, that equipment support access, you can do it from your phone. You can do it from any web. You know, you don't have to be signed into Grimco.com to access it. It's open and free. We love it that customers utilize us as a resource for getting their technical issues solved.
Ready for another question?
Tommy, all day. What do you got?
Can the Roland VG3 540 print double-sided banners?
Right at this time, we do not have a workflow for it on the VG3. So I would have to say it's
a manual process.
Yes, more of a manual process. It's more of lining it up properly on your own, and but there's no per se application like here. This is how it works. This is
automatic.
There's no automatic way to do it.
My experience too is you probably have to turn your curing temps down a little bit. You know, with solvent ink, you know, it has that tacky. You know, if I
right, and you're pulling it through
a laminator, yes. Wait a while. So you print that first side, let that first side dry for a couple hours, have it, you know, 90% dry.
Yeah.
And then load it through on the second side, maybe lower your curing temp a little bit on the second side.
You can probably do it. It's like you said, it's a manual process. It's not easy.
So you want to be careful not to reactivate the ink on side A, right?
Right.
There you go. That's where I was going. You said it way more eloquent than I did, Tom.
Thank you. That's sales.
You got one. You got one in the win category. That's awesome. Any other questions?
That's it.
Oh, you muted yourself, Tom.
I said that's it for questions in the chat box right now.
Okay, awesome. Well, guys, we appreciate you tuning in for this this webinar presentation. Mike, this is phenomenal.
It's been great. I appreciate it. And by the way, facility looks great.
No,
excellent.
I
love it.
Like that I was able to add a couple more.
Me too. We do as well.
It brings the room together.
Yes, I like it. Love it. Appreciate that.
We got one more question in the chat.
Oh, fire away.
The question is, what is the difference between the TR3 ink and the TH ink?
So the TH ink was strictly made for some of the vehicle wrap market, the banner market, the high output, who, you know, when you're printing at the higher speeds, you're going to have the lower running ink costs. It's kind of what it was geared for. The TR3 actually has a different chemical that we had taken out. I think it's GBL from a company in Europe. So there's just a little slight difference as far as the ink goes, but they're both after 6 hours curable to be laminated.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, this is Neil's question. I'm just going to ask it live. I don't want to type it in the chat. We had talked earlier about 3M certification, AV certification, you know, printing on a wrap cast.
Yeah.
Where does the ink stand in that?
Sure.
Media manufacturer certification process?
So currently on the TH side, it is Avery certified. We're still working on the 3M.
Okay.
That's still in the process. And as far as the TR3 ink is concerned, we're in the process of getting that finalized as well. So hopefully soon, hopefully the next few weeks, next month, it should be relatively quick.
It takes time.
It does take time, yes.
The media manufacturers are the ones that give that warranty, that certification, and that's
Yeah, and the the XG-640 was just launched in the beginning of June. So
yeah, it takes a little time before 3M will put their stamp of approval on it.
Yeah,
so, but it's all looking good.
Yes, sir. Yes, looking good.
One more chat question. Why did the inks change? You had pouch, TR2, and they went to cartridges.
So one of the reasons is we went to a new print head, right? We had using a different print head versus the Ricoh Gen 5 that was in our VG3 series. So obviously when you change the print head, you're gonna have to change the ink chemistry. So that's really the reason why.
I usually blame it on marketing.
Yeah, right.
Marketing.
Somebody decided to do it and whatever.
That's the easy way to answer that. Well, awesome. I hope you guys have enjoyed this presentation. If you want more questions about Roland products that Grimco is distributing now nationwide, head over to Grimco.com. Great resource for it. Reach out to your local sales rep. They have all the information. They would, if they don't have the information, we got guys like Mike that we can get in touch with and get you guys all the answers, get you set up with the products you need. Thank you again so much. We know your time is valuable. Thanks for taking time out of your day to hear about the exciting things that we got going on here at Grimco. Tommy, Julie, Sean, you guys got anything? Any last parting words?
No, there's a shout out to Mike Renna from John Herrera for going above and beyond for him the other day.
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then we do have one other where they are asking, since they're not Rico print heads, did you go back to Epson?
Yes, yes, we did.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for jumping on, everybody. Have a great day.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.